All right.
All
Let's
right,
do.
everybody. Oh, my clock reset, but we'll go ahead and get going with today's broadcast. We've got a great topic again. We are going to talk about one of the largest complexes here in the Treasure Valley, over 1,800 homes in the kind of southeast Boise areas. We've got a great guest that's going to share her experience, his knowledge in that area. So we'll bring Julie on as our guest. How you doing, Julie?
I'm good. How are you, Jerod?
I'm
Thanks for
good.
having me.
Yeah. Pleasure to have you. I'm excited to hear, you live in Columbia Village and get to chat with you a little bit about how long you've been there and your experiences and all that. But so yeah, we're glad to have you on.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm
absolutely. But real quick, we do have a couple of just quick housekeeping items we want to cover real quick. For those of you that I haven't met, my name's Jerod Lee. I'm the associate broker and team lead at My Home Connection, also known as my MHC Realty. Um, we do have a sponsor for the day. Oh, and by the way, just to let you know, I have a couple of screens and some software that I'm running through, so you might not see me look directly at the camera. So for that, I apologize. But we do have a sponsor, and that's our perfect home buying process. We've spent the last couple of decades refining this process. Really, the idea is just as it sounds. We want to make the process as seamless and as efficient and enjoyable as possible. Obviously, it's a big undertaking, but we've developed a lot of these tools and systems to help out with that. Some are which we'd like to have you have some real estate secrets that people don't generally know but should know. We send out a podcast series to answer a lot of your questions, areas, new home construction, resale, just a lot of tips and tricks. We just released a new relocation and lifestyle guide. Actually, I'll bring that up on the screen as Julie and I are talking. But that's a super helpful guide that we're glad to share with you, and a lot of reports to get yourself familiar with the area that you're looking at. But we do have a couple of special offers. We have lender partners that have chipped in for the appraisal. Up to $500, and then we contribute $500 for the home inspection at closing. So just exciting stuff. But other than that, we'll get onto the show and bring Julie back in and just tell us how you ended up in Columbia Village, just to give us some insight. You clearly did your research and all that.
I'll be honest, Jared. It started with the Oregon Trail, and I was on my mountain bike just on this trail, and I
Oh wow.
bypassed through Columbia Village on the trail, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the community. It just felt like a welcoming community. It has so much to offer. The amenities are beyond my goodness. That the Simplot
Amazing.
160 acres, yeah, the workout gym, the schools are phenomenal. And then just to have these trails out your back door to
Yeah.
either mountain bike on or walk on or hike on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And it's just surrounded by these trees that just line all the streets. And there's more cul-de-sacs in Columbia Village that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So it's a quiet neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's peaceful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's just
So
great. You know what I love about those tree-lined streets are, especially in the fall when the colors change. It's just amazing. Maybe at some point I can pull up some video, but I've literally taken some video in the fall when they were changing. It's just fantastic.
yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
everybody seems just very welcoming, like I said. And I've been here about 5 years now, but
Okay.
I truly plan on retiring in Columbia Village. It's just a great community. The churches, the assisted living they
Hmm.
have their own dentist, they have their own
It's
orthodontist.
literally a community. Everything you could want.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Albertsons is literally half a mile up the street. They have their own post office. It's crazy. It's just a community that has everything. Yeah.
Yeah, let me show. I think I can zoom in a little bit here just to give a general idea of what Julie's referring to here. But um, let's
Close to the
see.
101 South, and it's just half mile to 84 East,
Yeah.
84 going west.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when you zoom in, you see a lot of the. I'm waiting for them to pop up here. There we go. Starting to give you
Okay.
some of the Albertsons and the stores and things like that, but it's surrounded by the sports complex, which we'll certainly get into. But at a higher level, what Julie's referring to. And just so you know, everybody, Julie's been an airline. I don't know what's the politically
A
correct term.
flight attendant now.
Sorry, sorry. I want to make sure.
That's okay. Yeah, flight attendant.
Gotcha.
Stewardess old school. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Flight attendant. So the Boise airport's very, very close here. So I'm sure that had to factor into. And you
It
travel a
did.
lot.
Yes, 10 minutes away. So that was a huge factor. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Then as you kind of drive up Broadway here, you'll see that you're close to downtown Boise, BSU.
Yeah,
I mean,
15 minutes from downtown.
yeah.
Hmm.
So 10, 15 minutes from some of the most desirable destinations in the valley here. My
Ah,
guess is you're 20 minutes from the Boise Town Square Mall here.
yep. Yep. Exactly.
So you just come up
Yeah.
84.
Hmm.
And then, I mean, we could get into the detail that's all around here, but basically, what I wanted to share is just that even the immediate area, you've got, amenities, services, pretty much anything you could think of. But then when you need the bigger stuff, the hospitals, you've got, St. Luke's not too far from here. St. Al's isn't too far from here.
20 minutes away.
20?
Yeah, Jared, less than 20 minutes. Hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I've gotten to the St. Luke's Hospital, yeah, within 20 minutes. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Yeah. So just that's kind of the 30,000 foot view. Let me see if I can drill down a little bit more here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pop up the actual Columbia Village site, and this addresses some of the things that Julie just mentioned. Um, I've got like
The
a
community center, do you want to
yeah.
talk
There you
about
go.
that?
Thank
Oh my
you.
goodness, it's a rec center that's it's state of the art. They just renovated the gym, so you have cardio and you also have a huge weight room. There's a racquetball court, there's tennis courts, there's um let's see, there's
Disc
disc
golf.
golf.
Yep. Yeah. Let me see
Yes,
if I can pull
and
up
there's
that image
two
here.
sand volleyball courts.
Amazing.
Like I said, 160 acres of that Simplot. It's phenomenal. So we get soccer players from all over. So they come here to compete every year.
Yeah. Let
Yeah, they
me let
come
me
from all
actually.
over.
Well, we're going to bounce around a lot, guys, because there's just so much here for Columbia Village. But certainly, you got to get to the Simplot. Let's see here, sports complex sooner than later. So as Julie
Yeah.
mentioned, it's over 160 acres, and
Yep.
it's pretty much at the heart of Columbia Village. This
Yeah.
gives you a little map as well. But oh, real quick, I want to back up. You are very close to Lucky Peak,
Yes. Yeah.
which is
As far as,
amazing.
yeah, you can ride there. I ride my bike there and go have a pizza,
Hmm.
you know, or you go have a cold beer. It's great. But,
I was
even
thinking
also,
Lucky Peak Lake. I'm sorry.
oh, okay. Yes. Yes. That's actually less than 15 minutes away. So you can do your fishing, your boating. Yeah. Picnicking.
Yeah,
I
and
took
the
my
other what
kids there. Yeah.
the other thing I like about that is that the proximity of the lake affords you a lot of other things. The river flows down by Columbia Village, and we have actually a podcast on our green belt itself, and we
Oh,
cover this in great detail. But that going up to the lake and hanging out at the parks, or obviously the things that you can do at the lake, is just amazing. And then the river just kind of running through Boise
yeah.
itself. But that's very
It's less
nice
than
amenity.
15 minutes away. Yeah. But coming back to that wreck, I didn't mention the pool. There's four different pools.
Oh
It's
wow.
amazing. There's a lap pool, a toddler pool for the little ones, and two other big pools for the kids. Yeah. So
I've gone to a
it's
couple of baseball tournaments out there, and is that what you're referring to at the complex or within?
yeah, it's in the within the community. You have these amenities. Anybody that lives in Columbia Village, yeah, can go play baseball on the fields, can go to this community center. The pools are open, I believe, March through October 1st. Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
here about.
residents and they have RV storage just for Columbia Village residents only.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, let's see. I mean, there's just so much to talk about. It's easy to kind of get wrapped up in
Yeah.
how
Sorry,
much
I'm
the.
bouncing back and forth. I just want to share so much. I'm just, Yeah, it's just a great community. Yeah.
Yeah, your passion definitely comes through, and I find it interesting that you've been there a few years, and not only do you like it, but you're to the point where you're like, "Wow, there's no reason why I wouldn't retire here." So I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What what's your general commute other than to the ones we talked about? I know traffic's kind of a big issue when folks come into town to meet with us, and just so you know, I apologize, guys, I didn't say Julie's on our on the real estate team, the My Home Connection real estate team, and we're going to have a podcast specifically. Julie's our market expert, in the Columbia Village area, so she's on our real estate team. So she can certainly help you out in Columbia Village or anywhere else in the valley here. But we wanted to bring her on the show to just chat about specifically Columbia Village to get you familiar with the community. But and traffic is usually one of those kind of first questions, and you mentioned some of it, but other than that, just day to day stuff.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's off of we're off of Gowan, you know. But as far as the airport, that's just it. There's no traffic coming in from like Mountain Home and what have you yet. It's very light, even in the mornings, because
Mm.
I go to the airport all different times of the day. I go at 5 a.m., I go at 8 a.m., or I'll go at 11, or in the evening. You just don't have the traffic, even if you're coming from downtown up to Columbia Village. It's nice. It's
Yeah,
yeah,
great.
it's
What other
very.
kind of questions do you get when clients come into town looking around in that area?
They want to ask, like when you mentioned, sorry, Lucky Peak, there is these restaurants down. We are very close to a Harris Ranch.
Okay.
We're like 5 minutes from Harris Ranch.
Hmm.
And there's a pizza place. There's there's hair salons. There's a strip mall in there. But we also have a strip mall just above Columbia Village that has a nail salon. It has a UPS store, the Albertsons. It has Domino's Pizza. um, let's see, it's got Thai food and a few other restaurants that are 5 minutes just up the hill.
So
So
it
there is
doesn't sound like there would be much of a reason to go too far distance. You've got
no,
access to everything you want within. I've heard your longest commute maybe over to, well, maybe the village at Meridian is a desirable place to go. How long does it take you to get over there?
it took me about 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, this is what that would look like in Columbia Village, and then navigating over to Eagle Road here. So 25
Wow.
minutes on the freeway.
Right. But they just opened up 3 different restaurants, Fat Guys, which is a great deli,
Oh
and
yeah.
then a taco, place that's really good. Then, of course, we call them Mickey D's, so McDonald's is there. We have a gas station. Um, there's a Chase Bank. So everything, yeah, I really don't have to go far if I need anything.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, and the other thing that occurred to me, you're big into recreation. We talked yesterday about you snowshoeing because we got
yeah,
some snow.
just went this morning. So the trail, there's a numerous numbers of trails that you can connect to get on even the Oregon Trail. So you can go for 4 or 5 miles. It's great. I just did it this morning and had a great workout, and just a trail right outside my back door.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
it
that's
goes
awesome.
right to the rec center. So I snowshoed to the rec center, worked out, and I snowshoed back.
There you go. Yeah, just so everybody knows, that's a good topic. We do have another podcast on the weather here, generally speaking, in the area. But I would say, snowshoe down here in the valley, that's a unique opportunity to take advantage of because it usually doesn't stick around here very long. But just because we had that conversation, I figured I'd bring it up. But the other things that were occurring to me were like floating the river. That's usually the Barber Park, not too far from you.
That's 10 minutes from my house. So I took my grandkids down there and we floated the river this year or last year. Yeah, and they loved it. So again, everything's just so nice and close. So far, the parents I've talked to are really happy with the school systems here. So we have a junior high, an elementary, and a preschool here in Columbia Village.
Yeah, now you have well also what an elementary, middle school, and high school all within the. Let's see here. I thought I saw this on their website,
It's a
which ones
ju-
they were, but anyway, I'll keep looking for that. But yeah, schools are very well knitted, within the community, right?
Yes, yeah, they're right next door to. They're almost right next door to each other.
Gotcha.
And again, the reviews on the assisted living have been wonderful. I guess they're well taken care of, from what I understand, which is
Oh
great.
yeah, I saw that. I wasn't familiar with. So it's a assisted living and memory care facility.
Mhm. Yeah, and Alzheimer's. It's really, yeah, yeah. They focus on people that are really in need, and it's a beautiful facility because I walk by it every time I walk to the rec center.
hmm hmm So for
Really nice.
folks that want to have their family there, that want to be near their family, or anticipating, maybe a need for that.
And need the assistance. That is correct. Yeah, because there are a few people in Columbia Village that have their parents in that facility,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's
So they can just go up
convenient
and
for them to visit them.
yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. Um, the BSU crowd is pretty proud of our team here. Do you get much in the way of that in the Columbia Village, of people coming together and either going to the games or watching the games or anything? Because you're not that close or far from BSU.
No, you see flags in the front yard when they're playing, and if they're rooting them on, they let you know that they're sponsoring them, or they're supporting them. Oh,
That's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a nice condo complex besides the 1,800 homes that are in community, Columbia Village here. There's a really nice condo and an apartment complex that sits above Columbia Village. Yeah, it's just at the very beginning. Really nice apartment complex, along, like I said, with condos that are down below. Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to come into the area, have done some research, really think they want to move into that area, but aren't quite sure, an apartment, a short-term apartment would make a ton of sense just to dig in a little bit more.
Exactly. And that's what a few of them do. They really love the area, so they'll be in the apartment for a while until they can afford a home, and then they come down, and there's a variety of home. A lot of them, they're custom homes. It's kind of nice. There's
Yeah,
our subdivisions, but there's a few custom homes that are, yeah, just
just
beautiful. There's
amazing.
2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bath, or 4 bedroom, 3 bath. Yeah,
Yeah.
2 bedroom. Yeah.
The other thing that I'm sure you get a lot of questions on is employers in that area.
The majority of them, I want to say, are from Micron, because
Yep.
Micron is literally right up the street. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a
Let me put
few
that back on the screen. Sorry, I was thinking I was screen sharing it, but
now.
so yeah, you're really close. Oops, let me see here. Really
Yeah, you got
close
to
to.
pass Micron as you're coming down into Columbia Village. Micron's right on the left there of the
Oops, we zoomed in too
way.
far. Yeah, it seems like that's well, I think they're one of our largest employers, if not our largest, aren't they, in the valley here?
Yes, they are. And then St. Alfonso's, there a lot of the nurses that are in that hospital that are off of Park Center Drive, a lot of them live in Columbia Village because it's literally a 10-minute drive from them
Okay.
that are at the Alfonso
So
Center. Yeah.
healthcare.
Yep.
Yep. So if
And
everybody saw Micron here.
we have an urgent care. It's literally 10 minutes away.
Okay.
Premier urgent care. Yep.
Yeah. Um, the uh, and we're covering a lot of territory here, so appreciate everybody trying to keep on track with us here. But access to like Idaho City, that's a as far as like day trips and activities go, heading up past Lucky Peak up to Idaho City.
Yeah. And that's about, I want to say, an hour and a half to Idaho City, 2 hours,
Yeah, yeah, just
maybe.
kind
Yeah.
of drive up past Lucky Peak here,
Yeah. Because
past Rainy Creek.
one of our pilots live in Idaho City, and he has no problem. He said there's never traffic coming in when he's coming to the airport. And he just purchased a home out there. So he's really pleased with the drive in. He said it's not that bad at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially,
How about Bruno Sand Dunes? Have you been out there? Because you're on that side of town, and that's quick way to.
Yes, I have not yet visited that area. I've gone to Idaho City and a few others, but I have not been to that area.
Gotcha. But those would be
Yeah.
the things that you would want to go do, from that if you wanted like a day trip. There's hot springs up in the Idaho City area and the sand
Hmm.
dunes. There's an observatory out there. I'm just trying to, cover some of the things that I know. I live in Eagle up here, so I like to head up north to some of the things there. But just trying to
Okay.
get some insight into, what folks might want to do from a day trip perspective in Columbia
Hmm.
Village and heading up the Idaho City direction, heading west. You would
That wouldn't
also,
be a bad drive at all.
what
Yeah.
wouldn't?
No, going up through Idaho City, like you said, in the hot springs,
Hmm.
what have
Yeah,
you? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, what other? See, we've covered a little bit of weather and traffic and day trips and um, I'm trying to think. Let's see. Put back up. I tried to put up an agenda that kind of helped me keep on track here, but as you can tell, there we go. You mentioned the racquetball courts, exercise rooms, outdoor tennis, disc golf, RV, and meeting rooms. So, wow, Julie, you did great. You covered
And
kind
there's
of the.
also, yeah, if there's the rec center also rents out, like there's a banquet area. There's certain areas where you can rent out for birthday parties or certain meetings or gatherings. Yeah, you just have to let them know and you can reserve it.
Like maybe even online and then just go in and.
Yeah, strictly for Columbia Village residents only.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's kind
very
of
cool.
nice.
Do you
Hmm.
happen to know the HOA kind of do's and nuances of the HOA off the top of your head?
You know what? I want to say 160 a month.
Which isn't
Yeah.
bad
No,
for all the
actually,
amenities that you get.
yeah, I think it's 160 here.
How do they do
Mhm.
as far as I know? A lot of the folks coming into the area want to know how strict HOAs are. My general kind of response is that throughout the valley, it's probably not nearly as bad as where you're coming from. They'll probably leave you alone unless you're.
They do, and if you just get the neighbors' signatures for certain things you want to do to your home,
Hmm.
if you get the okay with them, you can't go crazy and paint your house a wild purple or
Did you
if
try?
you build certain things, no, but you just get their okay. They're pretty good about it. And the landscaping, oh my goodness, they keep the landscaping up. It's impeccable.
Yeah,
I'm
that's awesome.
serious. It just really is. They keep it groomed 24/7. It's
Awesome.
even in the wintertime, they've just come and clean the streets and
Yeah.
but keep the mowing and the grass just cut and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I've noticed
beautiful.
even the parks and certainly the common areas and all that. It's almost always on point. So if you're kind of curious, if they're actually taking your HOA, dues and applying them to the maintenance of the community, yeah, and that's
They're
pretty
putting
much across the valley here. I would say the majority of our, HOAs are pretty well run and maintained.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, the
Yeah,
ones I've been in. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we've covered a lot of territory. We're almost 25 minutes into it. We typically try to keep it to, 25, 30 minutes or so. Is there anything else that you could think that the folks would want to know?
Gosh, I think we covered quite a bit.
We
I can't
did.
yeah. Um,
Whatever,
it's
we
just
didn't cover or
neighborhood, it really is. Um, and again, I think there's more quiet cul-de-sacs in Columbia Village than I've seen in any other community.
so people
Uh,
are, I mean, that's a destination. You're not going in there unless you live there, right? There's not a lot of,
yeah,
just through traffic.
yeah, and a great place to raise a family. It
Yeah.
truly is.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, if folks have any other questions, oh, you know what? I promised that we'd bring up the
Relocation.
yeah, our relocation guide. So again, this is almost a 100-page relocation guide, and as I mentioned, it covers the south east Boise area here. Is my mouse not working? There we go. Um, which is kind of what we're talking about in the Columbia Village here. Let me see if I can find um, where that begins. But if you're curious about any of the other areas of town, this relocation guide will go into that. just reach out to us, or on our website, there's quite a few panels where you can just download it. The Boise Bench area, West Boise, um, and then just, oh, here we go, Southeast. There we go, South Boise. So just a quick write up on there, but it covers a lot of the schools, the employers, things to do, day trips, things like that. So this is a really valuable resource to get your head around what area of town do I want to live in? Why would I live there? Of course, you can always reach out to us directly, but I just wanted to just kind of highlight the relocation guide briefly. But well, other than that, let me see here. I think we're. Oh yeah, okay. So we're on our last slide. So what I'll do is just again, Julie, thank you for jumping on today, and we'll have
Yeah.
people reach out to you directly if they've got any questions. So with that, I'll close us out with how we have you take advantage of the perfect home buying process. Again, just kind of some of the highlights here. Get access to all of these amazing tools. Just hit us up below in the comments and just reference the perfect home buying guide. Or you can go to our website. We have our phone numbers and email contact information here readily available with all the resources that you'd want. We did just recently get a lot of our podcasts done about the specific recreation tools, recreation things that you would want to do in the area: skiing, fishing, golfing. So you can take advantage of those as well. We've got just a couple more to finish up, but other than that, Julie, we just really
All
appreciate
right.
you coming on
Thanks
today.
for having me. All right.
Absolutely, Julie. All right,
Have a
everybody.
beautiful.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a blessed one.
Thank you. Bye bye.